So if you guys saw my video yesterday, I did my first impressions of a brand new release by Boss. It is Boss Bottled Elixir. I told you there was another release that was coming out or has already come out in Macy's by Rabanne or Paco Rabanne. It is Phantom Parfum. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. I went to my Macy's last week. I'll tell you guys that story in a second. But that's the fragrance that we're going to be doing our full review of today. So without further ado, let's get it. What's going on, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel for another fresh release in the 2023 men's fragrance community. Fresh? No, not really. But with that said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, all that good stuff so that we can get straight into this. So about a week ago, I was in my Macy's and I was seeing if they had any brand new releases. I had already ordered Boss Bottled Elixir, which I did my video yesterday. If you guys haven't seen, go check it out. I did my review for that. I knew I already had it on the way, and so I asked them. I knew that Phantom Parfum was coming out by the House of Rabanne, which it is Paco Rabanne, but ever since he died, they changed the name to Rabanne, just if you wanted to know that. But with that said, I looked behind the counter, and they had a bottle of Phantom Night, even though they weren't selling it yet. So I took a video of it, which I'll put up here so you guys can see what the bottle looks like. It's just like the original Robot Phantom. It's just black. I actually kind of like it. But the thing is I'm not going to be buying it. I'm just going to tell you that much. They did let me take a sample of it, so I do have that here. I sprayed it on my right hand, and I'm going to let you guys know. This is kind of like a mix between a first impression and a full review because I have already worn it twice. As you can see, I am almost out of it. But I also wore it from the store that day, so I have wore it technically 3 full times. With that said, we're going to be talking about Paco Rabanne's Phantom Parfum, or what was supposed to be called Phantom Night, but they changed it to Phantom Parfum. So how do I think about it? Is it better than the original one? How does it last? Is it for my age? Is it for younger people? Is it for older people? We'll let you guys know. So Phantom Parfum. It is better than the original. And just an FYI to anybody, just so you don't get too far into this video, I don't like the original Phantom. If you're one of those people that do, you might not want to watch this video because I don't like the original Phantom. I never have, never will. I think it's very synthetic. I think it's very scratchy. And I think if there was an age group that would like it, it would be like teenagers in the end of middle school, early high school. I saw a very small bit of Jensen's video that one of my subscribers sent me, and he said that this was like a more grown-up version, blah, 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 and it was great. I don't know if his tastes have changed or something, but Phantom Parfum is nothing special. So when you first spray it on, it still smells like Phantom. It smells like a smoother Phantom, and it's definitely better than the original Phantom. And then you add in this kind of like rhubarb cardamom mixture that has an undertone of lavender. So it's fruity, it's sweet, but it still has that kind of semi-scratchy, fruity tone that you get from the original. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. From the original Phantom. It's still going to be that kind of teenage fruitiness that is not really going to be from my age anything more. Unless you really like those like kitty sweet fragrances. I still get that from this fragrance. To me, if I had to put this fragrance in a nutshell, they add a little bit of depth to this. They add some smoothness and richness to this, for sure. There's still that bergamot and a little bit of freshness in it, but for the most part, I find this to be more of a deeper, richer, smoother version of the original. If you mix it together with something like the brand new Invictus Victory Elixir or Scandale Le Parfum, but only a very small portion of the fragrance, where it's almost like that kind of sweet candy-like caramel mixture that you get mixed together with like a heavy vanilla and tonka. That's what you get from both Invictus Victory Elixir, and I think this is the better version because it has that kind of candied caramel vibe that you mix together with a very heavy tonka vanilla mixture. So you mix that as a base, because that is what the base of it is. You mix that with the Phantom over top of it. a little bit of warm and spiciness, a little bit of an aromatic tone from the lavender, and I believe there's a little bit of sage in this as well. But I just want to give you my overall opinions of this fragrance. I would say this fragrance is around a 7. It still does nothing for me. I thought the original one was like a 5.5 or a 6. I would never wear it, never buy it. It's not my style of fragrance. And while this one does something better, and it definitely takes one of my better fragrances for fall and winter and mixes it together with that Phantom, there's still more of that Phantom DNA than this. And I think the rhubarb that they have in it is a little bit more synthetic than I would like. If you like it, you like it, but I have talked to a bunch of people. A lot of people agree with me. I have heard some people say they like it. That is your prerogative. It's just the new Phantom Parfum for me is just a slightly, and I mean almost like if you took that teenage to early high school vibe and turned it into like late high school, early college vibe. They kind of turned it a little bit more mature, and then they added in depth, smoothness, and then added in this kind of heavy tonka sweetness and a little bit of candied caramel. That's kind of what you get with the opening being more fresh, with that bergamot rhubarb mix and a little bit of a warm spicy cardamom. And then again, you get some lavender floating through the entire fragrance. That is what this fragrance really just revolves around. If again, Phantom mixed with this and smooth and rich. That is pretty much it. I think that it's a little bit too sweet for my taste. Again, it comes off almost a little bit sour for me. So it is what it is. As far as performance, so now I have worn it 3 times. I got 8 hours the first 2 times, and the third time I was still on it, but I got about 7.5. So I would say 7 to 8 hours is about the average for this fragrance. I still wouldn't wear it. So I don't care about the performance. I'm not picking up a full bottle, which is why I said this is technically like a first impression / full review, because I'm not going to be doing a full review of it. Because I already wore it 3 times. I already know that I am not a huge fan of it. I will not buy it. Better fragrances that just this year. 1 Million Royal, much better. We have Le Male Elixir, much better. Even the Invictus Victory Elixir, which I sold because I'm not going to wear it. Even that's better. So I don't think Phantom Parfum, I think it's definitely a try before you buy. If you are a huge fan of the Phantom original, then you might still like this. I'm not going to say that you're going to go around and say this sucks, because it doesn't suck. If I was a younger guy, I might think that it was an okay fragrance, but there's a lot of better fragrances out there. But again, just picture a smoother, richer, deeper version of the original. Add in some rhubarb in the opening and maybe a little bit more fresh for the opening 5 minutes. But then it becomes smoother, deeper, warmer, richer with a kind of like heavier tonka vanilla mixture and almost like a candied caramel. That's kind of what I get from the fragrance. Let me know if you've tried it, what you get from it, if you do like it. But again, I mean, the performance is good. The whole fragrance itself is just kind of meh, right in the middle. Is it wearable? Yes. Is it going to be one that I'm going to tell you guys about on my channel anymore? No, you're probably not going to hear about it again. Unless it's like one of those kind of fragrances that underwhelmed me. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Peace out.